Good day to you all. Good day, sir. I'm doing a UK theme a little bit too. And as you can see, because, my guest, Hexy Bastard, he seems like he's from across the pond. But more importantly than that, I have to, huge announcement. Max, has finally capitulated on his non-monetization policy. As now I've got wings and not chicken wings. Red Bull just signed a fake partnership, multi-million-dollar deal yesterday. Okay. And they're going to launch me into space and everything. The whole deal. It's going to be great. Huge market cap coin, that Red Bull company. All the work they do with the community is just fantastic. We share a lot of the same values, obviously. It's cool because YouTube has given me all your email addresses too. So you're automatically signed up for the free Red Bull giveaways and prizes. It's kind of, Richard talks about trickle down winning and stuff. It's just like that. We, that's the thing they do. The only change you may notice that every 5 minutes, I'm contractually obligated to take a drink of Red Bull and be like, I'm all jacked up on Red Bull. I got to do that like every 5 minutes. It's cool. I'm going to fit into the show. It's going to be fine. And one other change, when you ask questions and everything, I see the chats, they're getting heated right now too. I like it. When you ask questions, please ask them in the form of, as a Red Bull can, how would I, or what do I need to do? Things like that. So if you could just phrase it like that, we're going to all trickle down win in this new fake partnership I have with Red Bull. Just kidding. Nobody's pulling my strings. As long as RH keeps winning, hopefully I'll never have to ask YouTube to pay me. Join the I have nothing to sell you revolution. It's we have cool stuff. Actually, Silvertooth, who'll be on Monday, he's actually not in great financial shape, unfortunately, as he talks about on stream all the time. And he doesn't turn on ads. It's something I really respect too. So that's cool. I'm not here to alienate all the awesome creators who make their money on YouTube. That's cool. To each their own. And hey, if Hex price goes up after you do it, I guess maybe you made a good trade. That's cool too. But this can be a great show. I literally have, as if you all seen on Twitter, the meme, I literally have Red Bull here. There's one can, 2 gentlemen, and I will be taking a sip again every five minutes to make sure I keep the sponsors happy. Okay. So without further ado, Hexy Bastard, welcome to the show.
Hi man, yo, that was a funny intro, bro. I was cracking up. Congrats on the fake endorsement with Red Bull. That's awesome, bro. Very proud of you.
It can't get any better than this, right? Fake multi-million-dollar sponsorship. I just had to drink this piss every 5 seconds or 5 minutes, whatever it was.
You have to drink this piss every.
Shit, did I just lose the whole deal?
I think they might be looking for new people.
They might pull it now. They might pull it. I can't. There we go.
It doesn't want to do it, does it?
It doesn't want to. Fine.
You're drinking Red Bull. I'm sponsored by Yellowtail today, guys.
Yellowtail, nice. That is an Australian wine, if I remember correctly.
It was one of the cheapest ones in the shop.
That's what I was thinking. Every Australian's like, gotta get some Yellowtail, mate.
There's no point in buying expensive wine for me. There really isn't. It just doesn't last long enough. It's not appreciated enough. It's just gone. Pretty quickly.
Hey, there's nothing better than cheap drunk. So I like it.
Oh yeah. So thank you for inviting me on. Anyway, mate. Looking forward to this one. I'm quite surprised actually that you even like the token that I'm bringing out and stuff like that. Being as how far away it is removed from all the Richard Hart-esque stuff, right?
Well, I think initially when we first started talking, I just liked you and your content, and I wanted to talk to you, and then you're like, hey, I have a coin coming up. I'm like, shit, I got to talk about this thing now. I was like, okay, cool. What's the coin about? And then you sent me the white paper. I'm like, this is really funny, actually. So yeah, I mean, I guess normally I'm into like cool game theory and like utility tokens and all these things. Tokenomics. And with PoorPleb, it's just like, it's a really funny meme coin. And maybe other surprises though. I mean, I think the onboarding aspect, we'll get into it later too, of how, this could help PulseChain is pretty funny. So yeah, I mean, it's not that we have to talk about it. I think it's actually pretty funny. And hey, we were doing a Red Bull episode, so why not go full PP?
Yeah. Big PP all day. Let's go.
Yes. Let me talk to the chat real quick and say hi. Red Squirrel. What's up, man? I love Red Squirrel. And yeah, he's from the UK too. That's right. Yeah.
He is.
Y'all hang out? Y'all go to pubs and stuff?
I've met him in real life one time, and I can confirm he is not a squirrel.
Not a squirrel. Well,
he's not actually a squirrel.
He identifies as a squirrel, or he just...
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's a whole debate in itself, right?
Are you also having that debate in the UK? Is that made its way across the
Oh
pond?
God, yeah. Well, I don't think it's as bad as you guys have it, but the thing is that like the nonsense that happens everywhere in the world does trickle out everywhere else. So we do get a lot of it here as well, but I don't think it's quite as extreme as you guys have to deal with it. But yeah, it's definitely apparent.
I affectionately, describe the U.S. sometimes. We have the best of everything and the worst of everything. Yeah, in that way.
And the biggest McDonald's portions.
Ooh, we got some, oh man, you remind me of going to Switzerland and paying like $25 for a McDonald's value meal, what I would say a value meal in America.
Wow.
And that was like 2010 or something like that. I just imagine now it's got to be like 50 francs or something like that over there.
No wonder Huddle Dog can't afford his end steaks anymore.
It's crazy. And then and the portions, just speaking of portions were smaller. So there you go. You pay 4 times as much for a smaller portion.
Capitalism, man.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Dan Smith.
Dan Smith. All right. Welcome, Dan.
You can't take anything that guy says seriously, man. He has some funny comments.
He might contribute to the show pretty well then.
Yeah, great guy.
Let's see. Oh, we got something from Dan Smith here. I mean, who in their right mind would invite Hexy on the stream such an early hour? We know where's NC-17. We're slapping that label on this one.
Yep.
It's been 5 minutes, I think. I gotta do it. Actually, it's not that bad. It's so I was randomly at the other day, and there were a couple of gals and a Monster Energy truck, like a jacked up Monster Energy truck. They were selling it, distributing it, stuff like that. And they were just chilling in the park. They just weren't selling it. They were just like hanging out in the park, taking a break. And I said, "Hey, nice truck." And she's like, "Oh, thanks. Do you want some Monster?" I'm like, "Yes, that'd be cool. You can give me some Monster." Cool. I never had it before. And she gave me a couple, and I drank the one was a watermelon, and it was actually pretty good. And it was like, no, don't be a part of, like, don't get addicted to this. Like, that's what they want you to think. It's supposed to taste good. It's not, all this stuff. It's actually pretty good.
You're not going to drink it if it tastes bad, though, are you?
Right.
I really like the pink Monster. I don't really drink it so much anymore because when I have one of them, it doesn't matter what time of the day I have it. If I have it like early in the morning, I cannot sleep that night, man. I swear there's the equivalent of like 25 cups of coffee in like one can of Monster because it's not like a small can like a Red Bull either. It's like a big ass can. And that's something, to be fair, if Richard Hartner came out and started saying, yeah, it's the size of a Monster can, then there would have been big trouble. I mean, the Red Bull can's big enough, right? But
when I was buying the Red Bull this morning, actually, so this is 8.4 float ounces. They have a 12 ounce, because I didn't know what the normal ounces were, and I wanted to get the original one, the one that Richard promotes. And they had a 12 ounce one too, and I was like, Jesus! Like after I drink one of these, I imagine how hyped up I am. Imagine drinking a 12 ounce one. That's like 4 or 6 cups of coffee. Crazy. Anyways, Red Bull can sizes. This is also a tribute. I think he did he say I don't know if he's joking or not, but I think he said he's going to stop talking about it and stop cursing again or something. But I don't know how seriously to take that. So maybe this is like a tribute video to Red Bull.
I think he might have been. I remember the tweet you're talking about. I think he might have been a little bit sarcastic with it, but I'm not entirely sure, man. I don't think it hurts. Like, there's some people that think that the whole PP talk thing hurts the brand, and I don't think it hurts the brand. Personally, I think that bit's okay, but the flexing when everyone's down 95%, maybe that's not so good for the brand, right? But I'm not a marketing genius like him, so no comment really on that one.
Yeah, I've always thought that he can do whatever he wants. I literally whatever he thinks is working, I think everyone should. If I were to advise, I would say, maybe you're missing something. And I know he takes feedback, and I know it's good to have that stuff, and I know he does listen to people a lot of times too and address things. But at the same time, it's like, we made it this far. Our brand is something that it's not custom tailored for institutional investors. It's not. So why do we need to not sell out? I don't know how to say it. Why do we need to tone it down when we're not, that's not our target people anyways, other than the institutional people in Hex who are already doing this stuff. Anyway, so it's like, what are we gaining by not having fun? What are we gaining by asking him to be more professional in this way or that? It would just trust him, right?
This is crypto, man. Like we're all here because we have similar values, right? We want to escape from like the government tyranny and all of that. We want to be in control of our own money, but we're a little bit degenerate as well. Even if you're a Bitcoin maxi, right? You're still a bit of a degenerate because you're taking your money outside of like what is classed as safe investments and putting it into like a more risky asset. So even just being in Bitcoin, regular people would assume that you're a degenerate. So I don't think there's anything bad about being, the way that Richard is at all. I think it's actually hilarious. And someone raised a really, really good point that if you're pitching Hex to someone that wouldn't like Richard's style, let's say that, then just tell them Hodl Dog's the founder, or tell them Crypto Coffee's the founder, or something like that. It doesn't really matter because it's a community push. It's not up to Richard alone to promote this product. Obviously, he's going to because it's his baby and he loves it and things like that. But it's not really up to him. And he says it himself that the guys in the community do more to push the brand than he does. And that's really where the power comes from. So, yeah.
Yeah, it is decentralized in that way. You do the work. I love that phrase. I'll remember that forever. You go do the work. You want something done? You go do it. There is no Richard may, act as CEO, he may act as founder, he may act as guy pulling the strings, but who organizes the Hex conference? Who organizes the Pulse conference? Who, gets NASCAR stuff going? It's not him. And he may do, a lot of things. And should he talk about them? Probably not. And I'm totally cool with that. So yeah, I think just trusting Richard. I'm cool with that. Don't pull the PP.
Can I just drop one little comment in now? So we obviously, I don't know if you've seen, but we're doing the Hex.com Lamborghinis over here at the moment with Top Cats Racing.
Okay.
They're racing over this weekend actually, but unfortunately, one of the guys, one of the cars, car 9 Warren, he had a really bad crash earlier, and he's actually ended up going to hospital. And like, I think he's fine, and hopefully everything's okay. Apparently the car's wrecked, but there's 2 cars anyway, so they're still going to be out there racing and stuff. But I just wanted to give a shout out to the Top Cats team, and especially Warren and Charlotte. I hope you're both doing all right. Obviously our thoughts are all with you. Everyone in the Hex UK group is thinking about you, and we just we hope that you pull through and everything's okay. So
same here. Yeah, everyone on the Max channel, on the RHMax channel, thoughts and good wishes to all the folks over there in Top Cat Racing. It sucks to wreck. I've wrecked before. It sucks.
Yeah, it sucks big time. But yeah, I think he's going to be okay. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. Let's show them some support. If you're following them on Twitter or something, maybe drop a line to them or something like that. Yeah,
definitely.
Anyway, back to
so
you.
I'm trying to drink it. I'm trying to drink it so the mouth, I don't know what you call that, is this way. But I can't, I have to drink it this way, so I can't show the logo. So can you not
do it sideways like this, and will it show?
But then I got to pour it sideways, which is going to go down my shirt. It's like, why is it not on the other side? I guess overall it looks cooler this way, but drinking it, I can't. Okay, I guess it wasn't meant to be stream drinking it. I guess that's what they were thinking. Okay, I'm cool with that.
Well, you should write to Red Bull and tell them that they need to improve their can design, because no one's going to know what people are drinking if
their contract needs to be restructured, and you guys keep effing up the.
You should demand more money, sir.
I have to explain how to drink a Red Bull can on TV. I should get more money for that. It's true.
Yeah. Agree.
All right, we're gonna go to your intro in a second, but we have so many comments. Thank you all. I'm killing it out here. So Max, David James, always love some David James. Somebody said Gunther should be here too. I'm like, yeah, actually, I asked Gunther if he would come on, and not today, obviously, but again, because everybody loves to see him on stream, and I think he's hilarious too, and smart in a lot of different ways. Controversial, whatever, but I think he's super smart, and we had a great conversation last time. And I asked him around the time that he put out the tweet that he's not, what did he say? He's not going to talk about Hex or something anymore, or talk to people who are into Hex. Whatever it was, I was like,
it was something about not following Hex people anymore because he's trying to outreach.
Yeah.
And then he
So he
started
never wrote me back.
tweeting Steve Harvey and Elon Musk, and then was like, I can't believe they're not replying.
I can't believe it. Why would they not reply? You might as well tweet. What's the? I forget this guy. Anyways, he didn't respond, and I was like, oh, that's why he's not responding, because maybe he's owning that right now. So maybe he'll change his mind. If he does, love to have him back. He's hilarious too. Shout out Top Cat Plebs. The Hexitentialist. If you have not been to PulseTube, if anything, this show is sponsored by PulseTube because they make a product and they pay me nothing, but I love it, and they've been working really hard on the platform. So PulseTube, thepulsetube.net. Go there and check it out because they aggregate a lot of Pulse and Hex content. And yeah, great developer, great. I had Hexitentialist on the show the other day. Awesome guy. So really,
I've
really
met D in real life. He's a wicked guy. Yeah, he's a sick guy. Lovely guy. He's actually featuring the introduction to PoorPleb video on the front page at the moment because he's such a wonderful guy. I love it.
Love it. Cool, man. Well, so let's go to your now we've answered all the chat for now. Let's go to your intro. Like, what's your how'd you? Because I don't know much about your background and stuff. I know probably a lot of people on here are fans of yours, but for me and everyone else who doesn't know you so well, like, how'd you come up with your name? Like, how'd you get into crypto? How'd you get into Richard Hart? All that good stuff.
Yeah, sure. So I got into crypto about 2 years ago, roughly, and I was just buying Bitcoin. And I guess at the time you could say I was just a Bitcoiner because I was mostly just buying that and doing the whole stacking sats thing and stuff. And then I started breaking off into like altcoins just before Bitcoin crashed 50% in like 2 days. So obviously all the altcoin portfolio that I had went down way more. So I ended up being like really, really wrecked, to be honest. But I was mostly in it for trading and things. And I was trying to learn how to trade and do all of this, that, and the other. And anyway, after Bitcoin went down, I stumbled across a Richard Hart stream, and he was talking about Bitcoin's going to go way further down, whereas everyone else was saying Bitcoin was going to go up. So I thought I'd give him a listen. He wasn't even really particularly talking about Hex in the stream that I watched. He might have mentioned it once or twice, but it didn't resonate with me straight away. But then the next time he came live, I watched the whole thing because I just happened to stumble across it again on YouTube, and I see, no, he's just gone live, whatever. Watched it, and I was just blown away because he's saying stuff that like no one else is. He's just telling the truth about the industry and how corrupt it is and how stupid some of the things are, like NFTs, margin trading. And also, I just think that he kind of points out that the centralized exchanges have got like way too much power over this stuff. And I've always been a bit of a, like, I guess you could say I'm like a conspiracy theorist or a truther or something like that. So I love the idea that like the system's against you in a weird way. And like we're all like lambs to the slaughter, essentially. And Richard really pointed this out and made that clear. And I learned more from watching like a couple of his videos than I did in like months and months and months of research and like trying to learn about all this stuff. Yeah, I didn't even stumble across him, thank God. But a lot of these just like, I don't know, what's his name? Alex Becker. He was one of them where I'm watching, and like I thought, oh, he's a smart guy. Is he fuck? He don't know what he's talking about. Most of them don't, man. Most of them are complete idiot plebs like me. But Richard
was sponsored so they can't like really tell you what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. They've got conflict of interest, right? Because they're sponsored by people and they can't hate on certain things because they're paying their bills every month, So anyways, after a little while of watching Richard, I eventually just basically shoved everything I had into Hex. That was at roughly 4.5 cents. And then I just continued to buy up to, I think my largest purchase before it started mooning like crazy was around like 12 or 14 cents, something like that. And then because of the gas fees, I didn't actually buy the top, but I totally would have bought the top if the gas fees weren't so crazy. Because at the time it was like $90 to a Uniswap transaction. And me personally, without going too deep into it, I'd be putting in about $200 or $300 here or there. I can't afford to lose like 30% of that just to an Ethereum fee. And then you got to pay again to stake it and then to unstake it and do everything like that. So that kind of put me off buying for a while. And then obviously that was the top. So it was maybe a blessing in disguise. But I just remember thinking like, God, who's using Ethereum? This is awful.
We've got good news for you, sir. PulseChain.com.
Well, one day.
one day. God, before ETH 2.0.
Ooh, I mean, I don't think that will matter too much, will it? I'm not a technical man, so I don't really know what's going to happen. I know that ETH 2.0 isn't actually going to make things that much better in terms of gas fees. But one thing I will say in Ethereum's corner at the moment is that the gas fees really aren't that bad right now. While the price is low, if you catch it at a time where Gwei is low, it will cost you less than $1 to do a swap. That's fine. I don't mind paying 80 cents or even a couple of dollars is fine. That's okay. But when it's like $80, that's ridiculous, right? We don't want to be paying that just to do one simple function on the network. And anyway, yeah. So I found Hex, and I was lucky enough not to like FOMO the top, but I just got really enveloped in the whole Hexagon community. I'd been around for a while, and then the name basically came from. I've always been like a bastard anyway, and I just thought like sexy bastard, Hexy Bastard. It just seemed to roll off the tongue, so I thought I'll go with that. So it was just a joke, and then I set a channel up, and the channel was supposed to just be like late night Hex and PulseChain talk, where it was like more of an unfiltered channel, so we would talk about anything there. Like we mentioned like the whole trans thing earlier. Like we've had long debates, well, not even debates. We just had long conversations about this kind of thing, about conspiracy theories, about general crypto. Like it wasn't like a Hex specific show. That was just like the core foundation of it, and it ended up getting quite big quite quickly because we've got a wonderful community in the UK. I'm very grateful. Those guys like got behind me, and they loved what I was doing and stuff. So we started doing like UK hangouts where we just open up the floor, let people come in and talk. And I'd go on thinking like, oh yeah, I'm just going to stream for an hour. And then I'd be on for like 5.5, 6 hours sometimes, just chatting shit with people. By the end of some of these streams, by the way, I was just like so drunk, I could barely even talk anymore. And it just wasn't planned or anything like that. But it got like quite a lot of traction quite quickly. And I really enjoy doing it. I just really enjoy like hanging out with people, making friends. Like this is the thing that separates Hex from like the other cryptos out there, is that we have such a good community. We're smart and we're friendly. And, we were doing all these meetups in the UK. I know loads of the UK Hexicans by face because I've been
I saw the funding gym. I saw you you and a couple other folks do a chat with them.
Yeah. So like the thing with Funding Jim, that was cool because he was coming to London, and he said like, do you want to meet up? But I don't actually live in London, and I wasn't able to get down there. So he was like, how far away do you live? I was like, I don't know, it's about 2 hours on the train. He was like, I'll tell you what, I'll just get a train up. Like, let's meet up. So I thought that was cool because he literally went well out of his way just to come and hang out with us. I thought that was awesome. He's a lovely guy, Gary is. I would love to have another chat with him again at some point soon. That was a wonderful interview, and that was like the first face-to-face interview that I've ever done with anyone. I didn't have the shades on or anything like that, because we were sat in just some random pub in Nottingham where I live. And I didn't want to be sat there indoors in shades with the hat and everything. I just thought, oh, what's more embarrassing, So, but yeah, we've done all sorts, and we've just built up a marvelous community over here, and everyone's awesome. We're just all in it together. We're either going to make it or we're not, and we just support each other. It's kind of like during this whole bear market, it's been like group therapy sessions for the last 9 or 10 months or something like that. But yeah, there's a really great core bunch of people over in the Hex UK group, and it's just awesome. It just feels like a new family that's just come together and stuff sort of around this. Obviously we were lucky as well, because when I started my channel, not long after that, Richard announced that they were going to do the 2-year party in London. So I was all eyes were on the UK. Everyone's coming over. I got to meet Hexio. I got to meet like fucking Motley and just all the like OG guys, RG3 and fucking Kinetics. Everyone came over and got to meet them all face to face. It was just awesome, man. Like the whole thing was a wonderful experience. And that's kind of how the channel came about. And ever since then, up until very, very recently, I was only doing basically Hex content, but then this idea that I've had now came about. So I wouldn't say I'm moving away from Hex, but obviously I don't want to like I don't want to target Hexicans with my project. That's something that's very important to me, because this is not a project that I'm doing for Hex people. If Hex people like it and they want to chuck a few quid in, then cool. But I'm not telling people to sell Hex for this thing. Like actually quite the opposite. I'm saying, don't buy this thing. It's just a joke. And but it's a different crowd I'm going for. And I'm sure we'll go into it a little bit more later. But I'm still a diehard Boom Hexagon, and I love it. All my personal bags are in that, and I really, really hope that it's successful. And I'm sure it will be very successful in the future. We're just going through like a terrible macro environment at the moment, and
we all get paper rich and paper poor together.
Yeah, rode it all the way up, all the way down. It was, oh man, it's been a roller coaster. But
just talking about other, not selling hex and stuff. That's a lot of people ask, oh, why won't Richard, say Hedron on stream? Why won't Richard mention other projects? And you got to think about it in his perspective. He doesn't want to take mind share, and he doesn't want to promote things that will, his whole thing is protecting the hex price, right? The OA's whole thing is your best friend, Hexagon's best friend, the OA. So, like, logically, he should never mention anything other than things that will pump the hex price, and specifically things that he built himself, which he knows for sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, beyond all its integrity and everything he's in it for and billionaire status, that they will not fail and they will do nothing but good things for hex. So that's why he doesn't mention other projects. He may like dance around it and mention, he said something the other day about we have NFTs in hex, tradable stakes. He never mentioned the name, but he mentioned that just as like
he did actually mention Hedron on one of the Twitter spaces. I think it was the one he did with when he had the debate with Tangent. No, he didn't do it accidentally. He he actually gave Alex props. Alex, the founder of Hedron, he said that he someone built something where you could do encapsulated stakes. It's called Hedron. I looked at the code, and the code is solid. The guy's obviously worked to a really, really high standard. So I'm happy that I'm able to give people, and it's great because he didn't like endorse it as such, but he just gave a comment that like, hey, look, even our community is building better shit than is available out in the general crypto space. And he just gave like a bit of props because he's done the same thing with Maxi as well. He gave like a bit of props to the founders of them because they are things that benefit Hex. I don't think that Hedron is any kind of a vampire attack on Hex at all. It's a derivative. It just means that people can get liquidity in different ways. So actually, in a way, it's probably going to help the Hex price because people are going to be less likely to sell the Hex and more likely to sell the other thing.
Right. So that was, I would not count. I bet you could count on, well, again, that's the only time. And on Twitter space too. I'd be surprised if he says it more than one other time, I would say. But it was kind of, I think he does it he only does it in a way where it makes Hex look good in that way. And that's his job. Like, if we're shareholders and he's CEO, he's bound by the board to do things that only increase value for shareholders. If you think about it that way, again, that's a totally abstract analogy, and Richard's not CEO, blah, 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 no expectations. But if you think about it that way, you can understand why he does the thing he does and doesn't do the things he does too.
Well, also it's because he spent years and years and years building a name and a brand around himself, right? He doesn't want to endorse other things because they haven't done the amount of work he's done to get to the position he's at. If he says a ticker name, people are going to go buy that ticker because people will buy whatever Richard says. Okay, so so I completely get it. Like,
I got into Byteball because Richard liked Byteball back then, and Byteball was actually pretty cool, anyways. But he stopped liking it after they stopped giving Bitcoin free claims on it. But I remember Obyte is called now.
So have you been like a Richard Hart guy for many years? Then have you?
I have, since 2017.
Wow,
before Hex, way before Hex.
So you've known about Richard Hart since longer than I've known about crypto, really. I mean, I knew about Bitcoin, but I didn't know anything about it. I just knew I knew you could buy drugs on the internet with it. That was it.
How to buy drugs on the internet, and it's got like the blog post. And it's like, first buy Bitcoin, blah, blah, in like 2013.
The funny thing is about that, right, is that there was a bit of a meme narrative when I got into crypto that like Bitcoin was somehow anonymous, and it's really not. Like, it's actually the opposite of anonymous. It's like totally on chain. If you ever withdraw money with your Bitcoin, you are doxxed, and that is it. Whatever you've done, if you've bought drugs on the internet, the FBI knows about it, bro.
Pseudo anonymous, it's only anonymous if nobody can correlate your name and bank account with that address. So if you wanted to be, if you wanted to not be anonymous, use a KYC exchange to then send money to your wallet. If you want it not be anonymous, if you want it to be slightly anonymous, and then don't do that to certain addresses. But yeah, you're right. It's not anonymous. But the whole aspect of it goes into the technical, like how do you identify wallets and all this stuff. But for the most part, for the layman, not anonymous. If you want to, if you want to do stuff and nobody knows about it, I think Richard actually still talks about Monero doing that, although he talks about bugs they had, blah blah blah. But yeah, it's still the best we got, I think, for private coins and stuff like that. Bitcoin ATM. Yep. Even then, so that's a good point, Dan. But they
CCTV.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure here. I think I've just played around with one, and they ask for your ID at some of them. They ask for your ID to buy Bitcoin, and I'm like, no. Like I was gonna, I was like intrigued by this idea, and now I'm like, no, I'm not giving you my ID to buy this. You're defeating.
I don't think there's really a way to on and off ramp anymore. I mean, maybe there are a couple of like little life hacks, but I don't really know of a way that you can like on and off ramp without giving your details in some way. Apparently there's places where you can buy crypto in cash, or you can use like gift cards to buy it and stuff like that. But even when I don't know, man, like it's just such a weird place, isn't it? But like in reality, you probably ain't getting in or out without KYC. Yeah. And
on the Coinstar, just on ATM still on the Coinstar ones here in the US, I'm pretty sure they require ID. But I remember going to Canada a few years ago and seeing a Bitcoin ATM just randomly, like at some convenience store, and I'm pretty sure they didn't have any idea. It was just like, hey, give me money, and I give me cash. Even I'm not even paid cash for it, and we'll give you coins. I just thought that was the coolest thing. That really got me hooked back then.
That's awesome. There is actually one. There's a shop near me that I noticed has one in Bitcoin. Any
ski mask, anything like that. Yeah. The point is, hide your identity from CCTV.
Yeah. I should check. There is a Bitcoin ATM up the road from me at one of the shops there. I might check and see if you can do it without ID, but I just don't know. Do I drink Book fast? No, not particularly.
Important question. First one of the day is from Stephen Beers. Stephen Beers, I like it.
Stephen Beers as well.
Buck fast?
I wonder if he asks everyone that, like every time he goes on YouTube, he's like, "Hey, do you drink beer? Do you drink Buckfast? Do you drink Carlsberg?"
That would be funny if that was his thing. I was like, I just get on live chats and I ask people what kind of about alcohol.
I'm more of a spirits and wine drinker these days, in all honesty.
Stephen Beers, we appreciate you being here. Yeah, regardless.
Great question.
Great first question. So, also announcement. I think today was the last day to claim your PLSD. Pulse Doge coin this morning, maybe. There was a little bit back and forth on Twitter with them about it. Not sure exactly the UTC time. I think they posted it. But if you hopefully this morning, if you like free money and meme coins, PLSD, there was a 90 day, 100-day phase or something like that. The ended.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But speaking of meme coins, I hear you have been master dev for one of them, or something to do with it.
I'm not a dev. I'm really not a dev. So
don't be modest.
Don't ask me too technical questions because I simply will not be able to answer them. I have a dev.
I got to rewrite this whole doc now, man.
No, but
what is PP coin? What is PoorPleb coin?
So PP coin stands for PoorPleb. And basically the way that the idea came about is that we had all these airdrops earlier on in the year, like Hedron was one of them. And obviously I love Hedron. I think it's a great idea, but the little guy really got a little bit screwed with that one. I spent it was just over $200 worth of gas to claim everything because I didn't even look at the price. I just thought I want to claim on every single stake, right? So it was like $200. I've got about 30 stakes, something like that. It cost me about $200 to claim everything. And then when I totaled up the total amount that I'm going to get from like the whole of the thing, I realized that I could have bought all of that for like $20 on Uniswap for like the whole duration of all of my stakes, I know that the price is low, but
it started making me go to Nomics and go to the calculator. You can type in like 1 equals how much USD or whatever. And before you claim them, that's what I started doing too. Cause I was like, okay, this is like 10 million Hedron. How much is that? It's like, 70 cents. I'm like, okay, not going to claim that one, blah, 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 and down the list. So you got to be careful.
See, I'm a pleb, mate. I didn't even think that I should have done that. But I was excited about Hedron. I thought it was a wicked idea. So I didn't even care. I just wanted to do it. Right. But then I realized like, oh shit, I'm not getting anything out of this, but it's kind of a reflection of the HEX system and how I wouldn't say unfair or unbalanced it is, but it's like if you got in early in Hex, it's really easy to get like thousands and thousands of T-shares. But if you got in the last year, it's hard to even get like 1 or 2 T-shares really, unless you've got a lot of money that you're coming in with, and you're willing to whack it out for like a long, long time, which most people probably aren't that comfortable doing. Most people are going to do 2-3 year stakes. I mean, I've got a full 15-year ladder laid out, but it's like, the smaller stakes are sort of longer and then the bigger stakes are shorter. So I scaled it up like that.
Right.
But yeah, anyways, it came about because of that. And I was thinking like, this kind of sucks, you know, because like the little guy's been not screwed, but because it's fair. It's a totally fair distribution model that he's done. Yeah. But yeah, the little guy basically got wrecked on this one because even when the price started going up, those guys who did get a lot of it, they just dumped the hell out of it, and they continue to dump the hell out of it because they've just got like an infinitely huge supply compared to like any of the little guys that's going on with it. So yeah, it kind of came about. So like the idea stemmed from wanting to do an airdrop that only the little guy got. Whales get nothing. That was kind of, and shout out Whales only for being in the chat whilst I say this. Whales get nothing. So that's where the idea came from originally. And obviously I can't believe no one's even done a PP coin with all the memes about Richard Hart lately anyway. But PoorPleb as a brand is essentially looking after the little guy, like giving the little guy an opportunity to get a leg up against the whales, even if it's only a tiny little one. They get something that the whales do not, and they might cause that FOMO wave like in reverse. So when you give airdrops to people, if it catches on, then the price usually does quite well. But if you've given loads of the supply to a select group of people that probably don't really care about it as much as the guys who are getting behind it, they're just going to dump the shit out of it as soon as it goes up, as we've seen with Hedron, and probably are going to see with other things that have come about recently. So the idea stemmed from that. And we were originally, shout out to my right-hand man, Moomin Man. It was me and him bouncing ideas back and forth for months and months, trying to sort this out. Originally we were just going to do it for PulseChain, PulseX sacrifices, because obviously we're part of that community. We love it. And then PLSD came along recently, and I'm not gonna hate on them at all or anything like that, but they've gone after hexagons with a meme coin. And I just think that is a huge paradox, you know, because hexagons do not like meme coins. They're not a meme coin audience. It's good. They are holders. That's true. But they're not a meme coin audience. So off the back of that helped us develop the idea into, okay, instead of just going after PulseChain guys, I appreciate PulseChain guys probably are more partial to a meme coin than say hexagons are. But it kind of developed the idea and we decided, why don't we just go after the meme coin guys with this? Why don't we just go after them? So we've decided that anyone who had less than $1,000, well, between $1,000 and $1,000 of like Shiba Inu, Floki Inu, Cum Rocket, Baby Doge. Hang on, let me bring up the full list.
What was the third one?
So I'll read the full list to you to remember which one. So you got Shiba Inu, Floki Inu, Cult DAO, Baby Doge, Doge Elon Mars, Cum Rocket. I think that's the one you was talking about. Cum
Rocket.
That moved quite a lot, you know, back in the day. Actually, I remember hearing about it
quite a lot all the way to the moon.
Oh yeah, it went up a lot, man. That one did. Then I've chucked in there Pulse Doge OG. Shout out to those guys as well. I love the Pulse Doge OG guys.
The art is spectacular.
Yeah, I noticed you were using one of their backgrounds, the Richard Hart background. Yeah,
yes, they get all the credit in the world for that. So cool.
Yeah, I've also stuck Pulse Doge coin in there as well, and we've got another project called the Lost Kingdom, which is like an NFT project, but they kind of got rugged by their They didn't get rugged, but they got screwed over by their devs. So we decided we'd chuck them in as well because we know people who know them, and they're a good community. So we thought we'd chuck them in as well. But if you just think for a minute, yeah. So I can't remember the exact figures, but I think roughly 100,000 people sacrificed for PulseChain. Or addresses sacrificed for PulseChain in total, yeah. Shiba Inu alone has 1.2 million holders. Floki Inu has about 800,000 holders. Baby Doge has even more holders than Shiba Inu does. A lot of these coins have like more holders than Hex, more people than sacrifice than for PulseChain. It's just a way bigger market.
Yeah,
it's just a huge market, right? And these are guys that Richard will not get. he doesn't go after these guys. He doesn't go after degenerates in this way. He goes after people that actually are here and want to make some money in crypto in a serious, sort of somewhat serious fashion, right? He's going after people that are smart and intelligent and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying that the meme coiners aren't smart and intelligent, but let's be honest, yeah? If you're going to buy a coin called Cum Rocket and expect to make money off of it, what are you doing? You know, that's not the place to be trying to make real money. But let me tell you why these guys do buy this stuff. It's because sometimes, and not all the time, and no, obviously no disclaimer, I have no idea what my coin's going to do, but these coins do pump hard as fuck when they go. For example, even our very own PulseDoge OG went up 7,000x in like 3 months after launch. That's just insanity. It's just insanity, man. But they do. As soon as they catch on, they just go straight to the sky, right? And that is the reason that there's a big market for this stuff, because these guys who are chasing these, they're basically just chasing pumps, right? They know the possibility. They don't mind getting rugged 99 times if one of them does a 5,000x or a 10,000x or something in like a few weeks, right? They're okay with that.
Diverse investing strategy.
Yeah, there was a guy like who, I know people like some whales in ETH. I think even God Whale might do a little bit of this, where a new thing will come about. He likes the look of it. He'll chuck 1 ETH in, just for a laugh. I'll chuck 1 ETH in and see what it does, and then keep one eye on the chart. And then a few weeks later, if it's gone up loads, he'll sell it all, and then he'll get his returns back. He'll maybe leave a little moon bag in there or whatever. But yeah, like people just speculate on this stuff, and a lot of the meme coins out there these days are trying to be like really technically advanced. Like, oh, we've got a fucking reflection tax. We've got, you know, they draw these amazing diagrams about the 50 things that the coin does, but they're missing the point. People don't care about that. All they care about is speculation. Number go up. That is it. No one cares about if you can stake it. No one cares if you can do this or that with it. All they want is buy it, number go up, sell it. That is it. Yeah. So the idea developed from just going after PulseChain guys and everything, you know, hexagons or whatever, because I was thinking in the back of my head, like, I just don't know if this is the right crowd for the thing that we want to do here. And then we just decided, fuck it, let's go for everyone, man. We might even add more coins to this list as well, because we can scrape on the same snapshot date any coin we want. So if anyone's got any ideas for like good communities that they think would like this project, then please DM me, because we'll certainly consider it. But we do want to include the Hex guys in this as well. Well, the PulseChain guys. So we are still giving it out for free to anyone who sacrificed less than $1,000 for PulseChain, PulseX, Liquid Loans, Power City, Fiat, Hurricash, Internet Money, and Mintra. So you guys are still going to get a piece, but it's not really aimed at you, if that makes sense. So
less than $1,000. That's wow. Literally targeting the poor pleb. Well, at least poor. I don't know. Actually, those two assumptions, yeah, maybe they're one of the people who put $500 in every project, and they're actually not so poor, but they are, yeah. But I like the targeting other, because you know a lot of people say, hey, we need to do cross collaboration with other communities. We need to get out of the echo chamber. We need to talk to people from other places and get them on board and start. And projects, you know, such as yours that literally say, hey, if you're a little guy or a little girl or you know somebody who didn't invest a lot, but you have these other coins, you may have Shiv, you may have whatever, bringing those people in and saying, here, you know, free claim. Everyone loves free claims, right? Everyone loves free claims. They love these type of things, and especially, you know, imagine a lot of the meme people, they like free claims as well. So interesting. I like how you take the degenerate thing and you kind of flip it on its head and be like, oh, how can we make this productive? And wow.
And like I say, this is a crowd that like Richard simply is not going for. He doesn't care for trying to get these people in as such, you know. When I've been speaking in some of these Telegram groups for like they're called like lounges and stuff, and they're basically degenerate shithouses where I don't know, man. They just don't have to talk about some crap. I'm going to be honest, right? They talk about garbage, but the audience is massive, man. Like the amount of people who are in this scene, and they think that's what crypto is, dude. Like they don't think about financial groundbreaking products like Hex. They think about like silly dog pictures and NFTs,
gambling,
and this kind. Yeah, it's gambling. That's it. It's straight up. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's gambling. And that's what they're all doing. They're not hodlers. They're not, long-term investors. They're like, oh, can I put £10 in and become a millionaire? That's what they're thinking. And we all know it doesn't really work like that, but they're convinced that they can do it. And when we see charts like SHIB, SHIB went up like 14,000x, I think, in a year.
Sounds about right. Wow.
Crazy. It's crazy, man. Like, why? Just, no one can explain it, but it happened. It's there. It's on the chart. It 100% happened. So these guys are chasing pumps, and I'm coming at it from a completely different angle to what our community has been doing thus far, because we have got a lot of meme coins in our community, but I don't really see any of them going outwards to other communities and trying to bring new people in. They're all just like, oh, Hexicon, free meme coin for you, free meme. Oh, this meme coin is going to pump Hex somehow, because I'm thinking about like Helgo, for example, like it's going to loop round and buy Hex and then burn it or do some mad shit. And it's cool. I'm not hating on anything, but it's just like, that's not going to bring adoption in. You need new people coming to the table. And my coin is basically going to act like a Trojan horse, because we're launching it on Ethereum. So we're not waiting for PulseChain or anything like that. It's literally just going to go out on Ethereum. It's just going to appear to everyone as any other meme coin, but we've got a great narrative. I mean, look at this little cute guy down here. Like he's great. So you got two angles. You've got like the PoorPleb, him, or me even. Like I'm a PoorPleb. I'm fucking wrecked in crypto, bro. I made no money out of this crap. But so you got the PoorPleb angle, and then you've got the but I've got a bigger PP than you. You got all that angle as well, and that
you got the Red Bull can on the website.
Yeah, we literally do. We literally do on the front page. There's PoorPleb.win is the website, by the way, guys, and we've literally got the guy measuring up to the Red Bull can. But a Trojan on the PP, lol.
Oh, that's a good meme too. You could do like a Trojan horse thing, and then it's got you got the pleb in there somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we're going at this from a completely different angle. We're just launching it on ETH, and then people are going to get their one-to-one copy over on PulseChain. Now, because at the moment I'm doing a sacrifice phase for it, I cannot tell you what the plans are for the future in terms of what we're going to do with PulseChain. But what I can say is that there won't be any features added on Ethereum.
Okay.
So this is going out as a zero utility, basic bog standard ERC20. There's literally no features.
I like the branding. Zero utility.
You can send it.
It's like on the package. Zero utility.
You can buy it. You can send it. You can sell it. That is it. But that, like I say, people don't care about anything else. People always come in with these pictures about how this amazing tax system works or some weird shit. And I'm telling you now, no one cares about that. All they care about, number go up. That is it. So I think we're going to get the speculation crowd coming in a lot, just on this basis. That's financial advice. Love it.
You guys are killing it. You guys are ripping pretty well. That's funny.
But obviously, I think that the PoorPleb, my people that I'm trying to go for, the PoorPleb, like me and like a load of other people that I'm aware of, they're going to massively benefit from PulseChain when it comes out. But they just don't know it yet. They don't realize how good PulseChain is going to be because they've never heard of it, or either they've never heard of it, or if they have, they don't like Richard Hart for some reason, or if they have, they don't like Hex for some reason, or they've been told by one guy that Hex was a scam or something. But people don't think for themselves, and I think we're very aware that no one thinks for themselves really these days. Like 1% of people actually have a forward-thinking head on their shoulders where they can go out there and actually make decisions and come to I can't even think myself. Come to their own opinions of stuff, right? Most people don't do that. They hear a thing, they repeat the thing. They are like parrots. They heard Richard Hart's a scammer. Oh, Richard Hart's a scammer. They'll say that afterwards because they heard it somewhere one time, and they'll just parrot it like it's a fact, and it's just not a fact.
I think the quote is most people judge because thinking is hard.
Yes, yeah. Thinking is hard. It hurts my brain generally to think a lot.
If you think a lot, it can hurt. That's true.
Yeah. So I've been thinking about this, and it's been painful. You know, me and Moomin have been talking about this since about February or maybe even January, where we originally had the idea of like, oh, we should do an airdrop for the little guy. And it's just developed into this, what I think it personally is an absolutely magnificent brand. And I think there is a really good chance that this brand catches on and gets some mad adoption, especially because we're going to have over 1.5 million people that can claim this for free. That's a lot of people, man.
Yeah,
that's a lot of people. Obviously, I don't know how many people
make one rich person.
Yeah, but like you said, I mean, look, the PoorPleb thing is a narrative. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean that everyone that's eligible for that free claim is an actual PoorPleb, because they might have just sacrificed $100 for liquid loans because that's all they wanted to do, but they could be sitting on like thousands and thousands or even millions of dollars in their Ethereum address. It doesn't matter. It really is just the narrative, and there are going to be most of the people that are eligible for this thing are going to be littler guys. We're aiming it kind of at the 99%, and we're also poking fun at a lot of communities as well. Are you aware of the Cult DAO community at all?
Yes, I've heard of the Cult DAO. It's very contentious within the Hex community.
Yeah, a lot of Hex people have they've gone over there. I've noticed recently. I'm not afraid to admit I have a bag of it myself, because and not because I think it's any kind of a groundbreaking thing. It's just that I noticed the hype. A lot of people talk about it, so that's the only reason. I'm a speculator. I'm a trader, right? I bought a bit because I see that people are talking about it. So I don't really care what the thing does. It's just like speculation. I'm going to sell it as soon as it goes up, right? But anyways,
there's nothing wrong with speculating. I mean, I think with me, I'm just very, I'm razor sharp on my speculation. If I see something, and again, mostly it's community projects and stuff too. I just, people tell me about coins and I'm just like, yeah, but I only have a limited amount of brain power. I want to be able to understand something, even if I'm going to speculate on it. And so, I think nothing wrong with speculation, not with your financial future, but in general, if you want to make a few bucks here and there,
good point. So full disclaimer, like 90 to 95% of my bags are all in Hex and PulseChain and things like that. And they're always going to kind of be that way, really. I've always said if I make profits trading, I put it into Hex and then I lock it away and do things like that, because I'm not really looking to get rich like right now as such. It's more of a longer term plan for me anyway, and it always has been longer term plan. But the reason I mentioned Cult DAO is because they've got this really serious thing called the manifesto, and if you've read it, you'll see that it's very serious and it's very like deep. It's very deep. So we've poked fun at this. We've got the Plebifesto. And if you read that, it's not deep at all, but it does explain the project quite well and what we want to do here. I think it's quite funny. And if you can't read, we've even got an audio book, which a wild SJ just narrated for us. So thank you, SJ.
SJ narrated it. That's awesome.
She did, mate. Yeah, it's on my YouTube channel
so much.
right now.
She's great.
Yeah, she's a wonderful, beautiful human being. I love her to bits. But
Dan Smith's got a question that I just want to throw in here too. What value will PP have at launch? Will be propped up with VIAG coin if it dips unexpectedly.
He's on about Viagra.
That's Viagra. A couple of the V options. Yes.
Yeah.
The question with the Hex strategy.
Yeah. So will PP launch on ETH and be copied to PulseChain? Yes, sir. And if somehow miraculously PulseChain's out before our coin is out, then we're just going to launch the contract on both chains and you'll be able to claim it on both chains.
Going to give everyone a heart attack. Do not tempt their minds to go in that direction. Do not tempt them.
I've got to be honest, dude. I don't think we're seeing PulseChain this year, personally. But I'm not an expert, obviously. He's going to beat me off the stream now. Right, we're done. Thank you, Hexy, for coming on. See you later.
Somebody rug him now.
I mean, it might come later in the year, but I just don't think that Richard's in any rush to get it out. Like, he wants it to be perfect, and we're not at the bottom of the general crypto market yet. I don't think we're going to be confirmed out of the bottom until really the end of this year. I think personally it's going to be around September, October time, but I don't think it will be confirmed out of the bear market until around December, maybe January time. And I think it makes sense. I know Richard said he's not trying to time the market, but it really does make sense to time the market on this one, because if he launches it and everything goes down a further 75%, then it's going to probably get dragged down too. So I am actually happy if it comes out later, in all honesty. more so now because I want to get my 69-day claim phase out of the way first, just so I don't have to update any front ends or launch any new contracts. Like I can literally just sit back and be like, yeah, this is done. Don't have to do anything. It's great.
I literally, I don't know, maybe this is strange, but I don't really care when it comes out. I'm not over leveraged. I've said this a million times. I'm just enjoying it while, we'll look back in a few years and be like, whoa, remember when everyone's just going nuts about launch with PulseChain? And I just think I got so many other good things going on in life, and streaming with everyone too, and just having fun speculating. And I'm in no rush. I mean, I hope, like you said, I hope it comes out September, October, maybe early fall or something like that. But if it doesn't, if it's not till next year, like what have we got to lose? Like who is
nothing?
I don't have anything to lose. So
it's gone past the point. I was feeling impatient earlier in the year. But now it's past the point of like, hurry up. I'm not bothered about it. We've already waited a year and a bit now. It's really not a big deal. We might as well just wait until it's ready. And because if he launches it early and there's a problem with it, he can't then say 100% uptime anymore, and that's very important, I think.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like we're going to do the ETH 2.0 beat to market either, which again is important. Probably not.
ETH 2.0 is not going to solve the problem that PulseChain is going to solve. Right.
But that's the brag right now is we're going to beat them to market, right? Like, and then I think maybe now I've heard what you're saying, like we're probably going to beat. It's like we're maybe going to beat them to market. I think he's even changed his language around that a little bit. God. Dan Smith,
I don't know, mate, but
killing it, man. You killed it.
Dan Smith's a legend, man.
Killing it.
He's such a funny guy. But yeah, so I can't remember where I was with this whole thing. So it's essentially what I'm trying to do with this project is just I'm poking fun at everything. I'm poking fun at Richard. I'm poking fun at Cult DAO. I'm poking fun at how stupid meme coins are by doing the stupidest meme coin, and also we've got a unique narrative here. No one's ever done the PoorPleb thing. No one's ever done the pleb thing. No one's ever even done the PP thing, from what I can tell. So we're coming at it from
I've
like
seen Titty coin, but PP coin, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, exactly. So we're coming at it with new angles. It's not a copy of a copy of a copy. It's something unique, and if it catches on, it's got a lot more potential than like the 80th dog coin or the 1000th fucking cum rocket coin or whatever. It's a new
never gets
thing.
Old. Every time I hear that word, those two words, it never gets old.
It is funny, but yeah, it's daft though at the same time, because I mean there is literally like thousands of dog coins out there now. So how can you? And it's no shade on the. I mean, I love Pulse Dojo G, so I'm not shading on them at all. But like, there's a lot of dog coins out there, man. How are you going to stand out in a sea of dog coins? You have to create your own ocean here, and that's what I'm trying to do with PoorPleb. Is we're creating a new narrative altogether, and it's right at the bottom of the bear market. Everyone feels like a PoorPleb, whether they like it or not. Even if you had $1 million, now you don't. If you're down 95% from $1 million, you're gonna feel like a PoorPleb. So yeah.
Got a question from Junior Boehner. How much PP will plebs be able to claim? Is it better to claim or sacrifice to get the most PP?
I'm gonna answer this really, really effectively. Nobody knows. And that's why I find it funny that I'm already getting hateful comments from certain whales in the system that are saying like, "Oh, I can't believe you're not giving free money to whales. This is never going to get adopted." I'm like, you don't even know what the amount is, bro. It could be worth $1. It could be worth $100. No one knows what the value is of it yet. And I see the point, but I'd rather annoy those guys and then them be angrily pressing the buy button.
PoorPleb.
I
like it. Well, I want to ask too, just on meme coins, like what does PoorPleb have over other meme coins like Pulse Dogecoin? It's been pretty successful so far, price performance at least, adoption, huge chat, all that stuff. What is
it's held up in a just on that one, it's held up okay price wise in a bear market, but I think people getting too carried away about the amount of X's it's done. It's only done a 4.5, 5x. That's actually not a lot. And I'm not saying it's not going to do well in the future. And I really don't want to throw shade at those guys particularly. But I don't think that they are going after the crowd that they should be. Hexicans are not meme coiners. They're just not. So only
Gunther
giving
has pivoted. Gunther has said no more Hex talk.
Look, man, I've always been cool with Gunther, but I just think he's made a bad trade, man. I just think he's made a bad trade, and that's all it is.
I'm going to say outrage marketing. I don't think he actually means it. I think it's outrage marketing. Just my 2 cents.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but like whatever it is, I mean, Pulse Dogecoin has done well. It's held its peg nicely. It's not gone down with everything else in the bear market. So, you know, big props, big congratulations to that. But where I differ, where PoorPleb differs from, say, that coin is it's not a copy of a copy of a copy, because Pulse Dogecoin, don't forget, is copying Pulse Doge Original. They don't have a unique idea. They're copying something. And even Pulse Doge Original are copying an idea by going after the original Dogecoin, but doing a PulseChain version of it, right? So it's a unique idea, PoorPleb is. We are going after probably 10 or 20 times as many people. And we're also going after a more targeted audience. The audience I'm going after are meme coiners. They actually do care about this stuff. I don't think Hexicans care about meme coins. A few of them have gone over there, great. But I just think most Hexicans aren't really going to care about it. Whereas a Shiba Inu guy that gets a new meme coin for free, he actually might care about the new meme coin that comes his way for free. You know, so I just think it's a completely different style. And we've also got I personally think we've got a way better narrative, a way better story, a way better brand. There's just like everything's better on this side of the fence. And I don't want to even compare us to them, because I think we're a completely different class of meme coin. We are creating our own meme. We're not copying a meme. We're creating one out of thin air that I think a lot of people are going to resonate with. Do you feel like a rec pleb right now, sir? Being down 95, 96%, whatever it is.
I don't think I'm your average crypto investor, and I am very optimistic about everything in life. So, but if I'm going with this vibe, I'm going to say yes. Yes, I do feel like that.
Yeah. I think most people, especially if you got in relatively recently, like me, I got in 2 years ago. That's when I started buying crypto. You feel like a rec pleb. You just feel like a dumbass because you didn't sell the top. And you could, if you'd have sold the top, you could be buying 20 times as many coins right now. So if you care about the asset that you like and it's down 95%, if you'd have sold the top and then bought the bottom, you could have 20 times as much. That's, you know, and that's just the way it is. I know Hexicans are kind of protected because they get value from T-shares, even in the bear market and stuff. But most other assets, like your Shiba Inus and like your Cult DAOs and like your anything like that, they're all down 95%. If someone's held it all the way through that, they're going to feel a little bit sad right now. So yeah, that's how we differ, is we're actually going after a massive crowd, and a targeted crowd based around this sort of thing. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, dude.
Yeah, no, I want to try to get Gunther back on the show sometime. And I know a lot of people would love to see a debate between PoorPleb and PLSD.
If you can set that up, dude, but I have a strong feeling he won't want to do it. Okay.
I might message and be like, look, we don't have to talk about Hex. We don't have to talk about whatever you don't want to talk about. But I have another meme coiner, and I think there'd be some good debate back and forth to like figure out, superior narrative and stuff. I think it'd be cool.
So I've always been really friendly with Gunther, and if you do listen to this, like, you know that I've always been cool with you, right? But we are definitely on different sides of the fence now, completely, because I'll save it. You know, if you want to say, "Oh, bro, go for it," I would gladly have a chat, and it would all be amicable. I would always be. I'm a very, very friendly guy. I've never really fell out with anyone. In fact, one of the only people in this entire industry that I've ever fell out with is the founder of PLSD, Hex Info, because he's a toxic motherfucker, and I don't like people who are toxic like that and start and shit all over other projects to try and make themselves look good. If you want to be a part of the community, be friendly, be supportive, right? Don't just be a dick and be like, oh, look at Hedron, it's going to go down to the right forever. Buy PLSD instead. That's garbage, bro. No one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear that. Support your community, right? Don't shit on them. And don't tell people to sell Hex for it either. That's just the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. I would never tell people to sell Hex for PoorPleb. Do not sell Hex for PoorPleb unless you're a rich Rolexican anyway and you want to have a dabble. Seriously, don't do it. It's a joke. But yeah, anyway.
I'm pretty sure I heard Gunther say many times, do not sell Hex for PLSD and all that stuff. So I can respect that too. And no, I mean, the debate would be totally respectful. I would moderate it and make sure, I think you two would like, I think it would be just good to see like really get into the narrative, the distribution, stuff like that. I think that would be very fascinating. So,
I think Gunther's going to capitulate over to PoorPleb at some point.
Oh, spicy prediction.
Well, why wouldn't he,
Maybe.
right? We're doing everything that PLSD is doing, but we're going after a 10-20x bigger crowd that's actually a targeted crowd, and we've got a unique narrative / meme. There's literally no reason why, if you like PLSD, there's no reason why you shouldn't like PoorPleb. They're basically the same thing, but Az has got a unique brand and a bigger audience. They're not doing anything groundbreaking. We're not doing anything groundbreaking. It's the same type of ERC20. In fact, our thing was going to be a fork of theirs at one point, but we've just decided to go a slightly different way with it now. So yeah, it's literally the same thing. It's just a different logo and a different narrative and a bigger crowd. So, I would love it if he wanted to capitulate, but my prediction is that he's going to end up buying PoorPleb at some point. But he probably won't be able to claim any for free because he's a hex shark. And he's got millions of however what, he's a rich motherfucker.
Yeah,
so
he won't be claiming it, but that would became a PulsePleb well. Like I could actually see that in a way. You can make a case for it.
Yeah, I mean, literally, like, dude, if you like PLSD, what is there not to like about what we're doing? Like, if anything, you should like our thing more because it's gonna do it's potentially got more. Well, it's got more potential, essentially. I don't think anyone could say it has less potential than PLSD. I think they would be lying to themselves if they said that. So, I don't know what it will do on the price chart. I really don't. It's just an experiment, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays out by giving the money just to the little guy. But it's just a meme, man. It's just a meme. Meme coins can pump hard as fuck. So,
yeah. Got a question from Rakesh. How does She People get your coin airdrop?
So we're doing a sacrifice phase right now. You can sacrifice for freedom of plebs, and you get 100,000 points per dollar with up to a 2.5x volume bonus at this time. And this is literally just so people can cement a position before the market goes live. Shortly after the sacrifice phase, the contract will be launched. We are trying to time the bottom of the bear market, and I've got no odds with saying that. We are trying to roughly time the bottom of the market, right? We don't want to launch it right now because we know that, we think that the market's going to continue to go down. Me and my team do. So we're going to wait until what we feel is the bottom, roughly, and then we're going to launch it. On launch, there will be a 69-day claim phase where anyone who is eligible can go on there and claim in exactly the same way that people were claiming PLSD. You just literally connect your wallet, hit claim, sign a signature, boom, pay the gas. It will be like maybe 50 cents worth of gas or maybe $1 worth of gas or something. And then you can claim your big PP. But after the 69-day claim phase is done, there is zero inflation. Sack your PLSD for PP.
I sack $6.09 like a real pleb. Do I get a PoorPleb bonus?
Do you know what? I've got someone better than that. Someone sacrificed one hedron. It's literally like 0.000000001 cents.
Wow, that's a statement sack right there. Statement sack.
I thought just out of
I'm not
interest,
sure what it's
let me
actually
have a look at his
saying,
wallet.
but it's a statement.
He just wants to be on the list, bro. But let me tell you right now, if there is no bonus for sacrificing less money, straight up, you're wasting gas doing stuff like that. It's just a waste. You're probably going to end up with like half a PP. Do you really want half a PP when they're going for like 100,000 for the dollar?
Hey,
really?
Freedom ain't free. Freedom ain't free. You gotta waste money.
It's going to cost us more in gas to distribute you that token than you have paid us for the token. Does that make sense? Like, so no, there's no bonus for like little sacrifices. Little guys are going to be getting in anyway. The sacrifice is designed for bigger people if they wish to, and it's designed for everyone. Anyone can jump in with any amount. If you want to put $1 in, great. If you want to put in $1,000, great. But it's literally just so that people can get an early position. The smallest sack will get a 1x bonus, and the largest sack will get a 2.5x bonus. Very similar to the to what Richard did with his sacrifice phases. But ours isn't going to be quite as like rampant. His was more like a curve. Ours is more like a straight line. It's more like a linear. It's just easier.
You know,
there's
what
also
the imagery is going on in people's minds right now. You know that imagery.
Yeah, it curves up. Is it straight?
Draw some more lines for us. Draw some more lines, Hexy.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's also no bonding curve in terms of the points going down. So you know how with Richard Hart, you had to be early if you wanted the best rate. Yeah, you had to be in within the first 7 days. Ours is slightly different in the sense that we're keeping the same rate, 100,000 per dollar, all the way up until the last day. But your volume, so right now I think the top sacrificer is about $3,000. So right now that guy's getting a 2.5x on his shit. But the guy at the bottom that sacrificed one Hedron, I mean, to be honest, I don't even know if we're going to give him anything, because that, I looked at his wallet, by the way, and he had like $25,000 of USDC sitting in there.
Oh, okay.
No, he weren't a PoorPleb, bro. He was imitating a PoorPleb. I think it was
just. You're gonna go like verify his funds to decide he could be a PoorPleb if he identifies as one. Okay.
Yeah, you can identify as a PoorPleb if you want, but if I look at your wallet and you got $25,000 sitting in there and you sacrificed one Hedron, lol.
Some kind of message. Wow.
But yeah, anyway, like I'm not. It's one of them things, right? I'm not going and nosying at everyone's wallet or anything, but that particular guy who sacrificed one Hedron, I'm just like, dude, what is this?
That's funny.
So guys like that probably ain't gonna get nothing, in all honesty, because it's just wasting money for us. Like, we've still got to pay gas to distribute these tokens out. I ain't gonna pay gas to send you one PP when it's gonna be worth like nothing at the time. It's silly. But
the minimum 2 PP. Minimum 2 PP.
Yeah, I should have put on the website minimum $1 sack or something like that, because otherwise, yeah. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's all good. So it's just a more simple structure. So there's no like later you get less. It's just the same rate all the way till the end. I think there's about 30 days left on it, or 29 days left on it now. And basically at the end of that, there's going to be a running total. Whoever's at the top of the leaderboard, 2.5x for you, sir. Thank you for your contribution. Bottom of the leaderboard, 1x, and it's just going to scale down linearly to that. So
nice. We got a question from Val Walker, and I'm gonna be back real quick. You just talk to folks, and I will be right back.
Yeah, sure. Where are the Hex UK meetups, fellow UK Hexicans, PulseCans? You need to join the Hex UK Telegram group. It's t.me/hex_UK. I think there's about 950 odd people in there or something. We're like a big happy family. Come and hang out with us. We haven't been doing many meetups recently, just because I think bear market things, in all honesty, people are a little bit less. It's slightly quieter in there than it has been in the past. But yeah, join your people. t.me/hex_UK. There is going to be a meetup over this weekend if you live anywhere near Silverstone, because the Hex Lambos are racing. I should be there on Sunday. So, you know, if you want to come through, then that'd be good. I just seen a really funny comment from Matty Allen there saying, so 0.99 Hedron takes the title. I believe it would, sir. If you want to sacrifice 0.99 Hedron, then go for it. That would, well, if I see one of them, I know it's you. Let me see who else. Oh yeah, Your Excellence is saying there's a meetup next weekend that'll be in London with Ameo Hayes, who's from Australia, I think. He's visiting England at the minute, so yeah, we are actually doing a meetup next weekend in London. So yeah, come through to that, guys.
Nice. Yeah, I was listening the whole time, but nice. Talk about the meetups. Got some stuff going. Yeah, there's a lot of UK Hexicans. But people don't know in the US, there's a lot of UK Hexicans.
Yeah, we got a great crowd over here, man. It's a bunch of great people as well. We've got the one. We've only got like one perma bear, but we keep him around. He's like a pet. He's fun.
On perma bear on Hex.
Oh shit!
Oops.
Sorry about that. I just dropped my. This is actually a Hex coaster. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh yeah, I like that. I think I've seen that around somewhere. That's cool.
Yeah. The guy who set up the Hex Lambos gave it to me. What was your question? Sorry, sir.
I hadn't asked a new one yet, but I will. The Hex TA update. What do you got on Hex TA?
Hex TA
good, bad,
update.
Ugly? What do you think?
It's looking good. Okay. Let me bring this back up, because I'll tell you exactly what my thoughts are.
Okay.
So I have to be honest, guys. I'm not bullish yet. I'm just being straight up. I'm not bullish yet. There's reasons for this. Okay. Number one. number one is the macro, like macro wrecked, and it's still gonna be wrecked for another 2 months or so, in my opinion. So until that sorts itself out, that's one thing. Secondly, although we are pumping a little bit at the moment, we have got so much resistance to get through in order to like take a new leg up. I mean, right now we haven't confirmed a higher high yet. So that tells you a lot anyway. Secondly, there is a downtrend. I don't know. Do you want me to share my screen and I can show you what I'm looking at here?
Can you?
Yeah.
I get permissions to share it? I'm not sure.
Let me do this.
Yeah, what? Ask me. Oh, yes, that is possible. Amazing.
Yeah, cool. So this is it in log, and this is a falling megaphone pattern. So it's like this would usually be bullish, but you see where that line is, right? That's the downtrend line at 13 cents right now. Currently, we're at just under 5. So realistically, for it to do a breakout, it has to get above 13 cents. And that's a long way from here, you know? Right now, it's still not done the higher high than this one, which was 5.6. If it does a higher high than that, then that might be a little bit bullish. But it could just be one of these, which would be a bear flag. And then it might even go down further. And I don't know. I don't know what it's going to do, but I'm just not feeling bullish on it yet. So that could be a bear flag. It could also just pump like crazy out there as well. But this is on log scale, and log scale is good for us because we like log scale, right? We enjoy log scale as hexagons, but most people don't look at that. Most people look at this. And when you look at this, let me redo this line. You could say falling wedge. Falling wedge is bullish, but it's still got, even on this line, it's got to get above 8 cents before it breaks out of it. And I don't know, man. It's hard to be bullish on it right now until it breaks out of one of these downtrend lines or makes a higher high or something. And it just hasn't done anything like that yet. So it's a great time to be DCAing if you're just loading up on Hex and you just want to keep buying it and stacking up because you're waiting for the next bull run. This is an excellent time to be buying anywhere down these regions. I'm not bearish on the project long term. I'm just saying for those who are looking for like a pump in 2 weeks, probably, in my opinion, my plebby opinion, it probably ain't going to happen just yet. There's so much resistance, man. You got like big resistance at like 10 cents. You got even bigger resistance at like 20 cents. And then the worst one is at like 30, 35 cents. It's just going to be, it's going to be a very, very long journey up. I don't see us just mooning out randomly and going up to like $1 in a few months or something like that. I think it's going to take us about a year to just grind out of this bear trend that we're in, personally. And I'm not fudding in any way, but it's great if you're buying, but it's just that like I see people getting bullish because we hit 5 cents and I'm just like, well, you know, we were 5 cents a year ago. Like, how is that a bullish sign if we were 5 cents a year ago?
55 cents a year ago, weren't we?
Yeah, well, that would have been, when was that? September. So yeah, 2 months from now, a year ago, then yeah, we would have been like quite bullish. But yeah, right now, I'm not feeling bullish at the moment. It's great if you're DCAing, which I am. I'm loading up. I'm trying to buy as much as I can because I know that in the next bull run, it's going to do really well. But until we start hitting, like, I know we're supposed to be decorrelated from Bitcoin, but that was a meme itself, and it only happened for like one period of time that I know of, like really happened. So you need the macro to do better because people are too scared at the moment, man. They think that the stocks are going to crash, like everything's going to dip. I'm just, yeah, it's good if you buy in, but you know, don't be expecting to sell it for a huge profit anytime soon, in my plebby opinion.
Do you think DCA is the strategy for the next year?
Yeah. I think 6 months to a year before we start breaking out of like the proper downtrend. It might just go sideways. You see how sideways it is here at the moment. Even on log, it's pretty sideways. Like I think it's just going to kind of bounce around here anywhere between the sort of like 2 to 5 cent, maybe even 3 to 8 cent range. Let's give it like a 5 cent barrier. Maybe it pushes up to 10 one day and then gets rejected back down and it goes to like 6. You'll know when it's starting to go again, but it ain't really going to be bullish until it breaks out of some trend lines, man. There's just nothing It's just going sideways at the moment, which is good, actually. The longer it goes sideways, the bigger the pump is going to be when it does go. If it pumps right now, it's not going to get that far, really. It might hit $1, maybe, if you're lucky. But even $1 from the bottom there, what would that be? About 40 to 50x or something? That's a good trade, man. If you bought anywhere near the bottom and you sell it around $1, that's an excellent trade. So, you know, but you got to remember there's a lot of traders in Hex. I know Hex is not supposed to be for trading, but there are traders. I know people that couldn't wait for it to get back up to 12 cents again last time because they knew they were going to sell the shit out of it when it did. And they did. And now look where we are. So, yeah.
As Richard says, y'all sure like selling the shit out of Hex, don't you?
They do, mate, because they bought it for like nothing and now it's worth a lot. So, you know, for us right here, it doesn't sound like a lot when you say it's only like 4 or 5 cents. But if you bought it like anywhere near the bottom and it's even at 5 cents, people couldn't believe it was going to get to a penny, mate. And then it got to 50. So it's like, it's just a bit mental. But
and what do you think? Let's say PulseChain does launch this year, you know, September, October, November.
So that's the caveat. That's the caveat is if PulseChain decides it wants to come out soon, then I think Hex does pump. As soon as he said says PulseChain is coming out 2 weeks, definitely this time, by the way. As soon as he says that, it's definitely coming out in 2 weeks. Hex is going to moon. But then once PulseChain does come out, it's going to go back down by 50% again because it's like a stock split. So even if it mooned to say 20 cents, it might just immediately dump back down to 10 or maybe even 5 cents again straight afterwards because there's just been a 2x in the inflation, just like boom, double your coins. And I just don't think that people are not going to sell that, you know. But anyway, now just want to throw it out to your audience. I am not an expert in TA. I have learned a lot about it, but I'm really not an expert. And like, I don't think that you should listen to me, to be honest.
Not financial advice.
Never financial advice. DCA is the way though. That's a good solid strategy in my opinion. I'm just gonna stop my screen now.
Yeah, DCA is I think a very underutilized strategy, and nobody wants to do it, do they? They just want to say they do it, and they want to tell other people they do it. But in reality, I think there's just a lot of big buys, a lot of big sells, and a lot of holding and then wishing and hoping more than actual, you know, strategy. I'm speculating.
Yeah, I mean, I don't trade with Hex. Like, I have my little trading bag that I mess around with, but my Hex bag is like my long term. That, you know, I mentioned earlier on, I used to be like a Bitcoiner. You stack sats. So if I was trading and I made some profit, I would buy Bitcoin with it and I would hold the Bitcoin. And I'm kind of doing the same thing now, but with Hex. So if I make some profit, I will just bang it into Hex and then lock it away for a couple of years or something. Try and build up those T-shares. And I think that is a solid strategy for anyone who is a speculator. So, yeah.
As well says T-shares are key.
They really are. They really are. And that's the thing that's going to save you, because you don't want to be sat there looking at charts all day, every day, trying to trade. Only some people can do that successfully. I'm probably like 50% successful at it. But I put a lot of effort and thought into what I'm doing. I think a lot more so than most people are prepared to do. So if you're not prepared to put in like the most amount of effort imaginable, then there's really no point trying to trade. Just buy Hex and hold it. And that is it. That's all you have to do.
Do you think T-shares and this whole concept will make trading obsolete for Hex eventually?
No.
No?
Definitely not. No, just because people are going to always speculate, man. Like that's what, essentially, that's kind of what ERC20s are for. It's tickers that people can buy and sell. And I know there's a lot of other features, but like speculation is the game in crypto. That's what most people are here for. They say they're in it for the tech, but they're not. Most people are not in it for the tech. They want to buy something, see it moon, sell it, make loads of money off magic internet money. That's what the majority of people are. Hexicans are a different breed because we actually understand what this could be, and we understand like what's happened in the past. Like if you'd have bought Bitcoin back in 2011 and just held it and never did anything to it and just forgot you even had it and waited 10 years, you'd be a multimillionaire. So we understand that ideology as Hexicans. So it's good for us because we've got like proof of that in the past. So yeah, I don't think it's going to make trading obsolete. I think there's always going to be a lot of traders in Hex. I don't think you should trade Hex personally, because I think if people didn't trade it, it probably would just moon like crazy. but people are always going to do it, man. Yeah, sadly, I don't think so.
Yeah. His texting there. A question from Junior.
Bizarre. I'm in it for the tech. I'm making an ERC20 that does nothing. That's tech, right?
That's what I wanted to ask you too. After this question, Junior Banner, how is there a sacrifice from a black hole? I don't know. Yeah.
There's a sacrifice from the black hole.
Yeah. He gave a null address here. I'm not sure. Yeah. Can you further elaborate, Junior, if you were making a joke or that was a question for something else? I want to ask you though. So how do you? Oh, right. Bucket needs to kind of take a chance. There you go. Maddie can teach you more about that. I want to do. I know we just got a few more minutes too because I got to eat lunch. I'm getting pretty hungry. But how do you create a meme coin? Can you take us through how do you create, like, technically, like, how does it created? Like, how did you how is it being launched? Maybe I know you're not a dev, but you talk to your devs. I'm pretty sure you're aware of the process of the steps and stuff. But for people who are wondering, like, how do I create my own meme coin? Like, how would you, can you just walk us through the process?
Well, funnily enough, like, anyone can create a meme coin just by going. There's a website. There's loads of websites out there that have got basically copy and paste code that you can use for basic ERC20s. If you just want like simple functionality and no airdrop or anything like that, you can literally just copy and paste code and just change the ticker symbol, change the quantities, done. And then you just upload it. I can't even remember exactly how you upload it. I think you can do it through Etherscan actually, but yeah, I haven't got that far with it myself. But like I say, I'm not the dev. I'm not the guy who's actually going to do this as such, right? So, but the way that I would say that you do it is more about the concept and the idea that you've got. And then you have to, if you're not a developer yourself, find a developer who's willing to work with you and you can come to like a good arrangement with, and basically focus on the marketing aspect, because really that's all it is. The actual code for a basic meme coin is super simple. There's really nothing special going on here. It's something also, I like it because it's battle tested. It's been tried and tested like thousands and thousands and thousands of times over. So it's not like I'm introducing a new concept that could have bugs or anything. It's very simple. The only relatively difficult part on my token is that we're doing two elements of distribution. So the guys who sacrifice are going to receive their coins immediately after launch. So we have to find a way to, well, we've already found a way, but we have to find a way to basically distribute those coins out automatically. And then, like I say, there's about 1.5 to 2 million wallets that will be able to claim this as well. Those guys will have to, we had to build a front end very similar to the PLSD front end, where you can go on there, connect your wallet, hit claim, pay the gas, and then you get your tokens. You basically mint your tokens a bit like minting an NFT or anything like that. That's the only like slightly difficult part. But if you weren't looking to do an airdrop, anyone can go and create an ERC20 right now for free, basically, other than the gas fees, because there's free utilities and resources out there to go and do so. It's very simple. The hard part of it is coming up with an idea that's sticky enough that you think it'll actually work. Yeah. That's the only hard part about it.
Well, and then I guess the time and stuff you put into marketing, the website, the launch phase, if you have something. So with PulsePleb, or God, I already messed it up. PoorPleb. Is there, so haven't launched yet, but is there something, how are you making the list of people that can claim? Like, can you just walk us through that?
Oh yeah, so we did a snapshot. We've actually got a good piece of code where you can basically check against the APIs on Etherscan and things like that, for like certain block heights, certain time of the day, whatever. So this is why I'm saying we might even add more coins on to the potential people that we can distribute to, because if another project comes along, it's not like we've done our snapshot now, there's no more coins that could be added. No, not at all. We could add an infinite amount of coins onto this list if we wanted to. We're just going after like the top communities right now. But all you have to do is basically like scraping data from the Ethereum blockchain. What was the list of holders at this time for this contract? and you're just scraping the data a little bit by little bit, and then it pumps out a CSV file at the end of it, and then you've got the full list of all the holders, and all you have to do is go through and pick the amounts that you want to keep on. So you basically figure out what was the price of this coin at this date, what's less than $1,000 worth of that in terms of token, and then just delete everyone else. Easy as that.
Nice.
And then they go on a Merkle tree, and then people can claim against the Merkle tree.
Was that the hardest part, was figuring out the making the list, or what was the hardest part of creating the coin?
Finding good devs. But I've got very, very, very good devs now who've already proven themselves with another project, but they're just preferring to remain anonymous at this time because they've got their own thing going on already. So, but they're doing this thing for me, and they're incredibly great guys.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the hardest bit. In all honesty, if you're not a developer yourself, is just finding good devs that you can trust. Because you are having to put an element of faith in them to do the right thing, right? So originally I was just going to outsource one completely, but I'm happy that now I've found someone that I trust and I'm friends with, and well, it's actually a team of people, but I'm friends with them, and they're going to do the right thing by this. So, and it's a very simple concept for them anyway. This is really not a groundbreaking thing. It's pretty easy. It's just getting it done right. And because I want this thing to be like no admin keys. Once the contract's up, it's completely immutable. No inflation after the 69-day phase. No human interaction required. Once it's up, and no one can mess with it. It's just there. And then people will always speculate on the price. Can always speculate on the price, should I say.
And it's copied over to PulseChain as well. Free copy.
Yep. Absolutely. We don't even have to do anything on that. And if PulseChain comes out during our claim phase, all we have to do is update the front end so that it works on PulseChain. It's really a 5-minute job.
Exactly.
Easy peasy.
Jerry said when you announce the Washington HEX volleyball barbecue meetup, any Washington State Hexicans come to our Telegram, the Washington HEX Telegram channel, and there will be a volleyball barbecue type thing going on later in 29th. Jerry is set up, so we're going to throw some chimps on the bobby and maybe some other sea animals. I don't think we can swim, though. There's something to do with the water. We can't swim because it's some kind of, you can't swim much in Washington anyways. It's always too cold, so not a big deal. But anyways, any Washington people out there or nearby or visiting around the end of August, there will be a meetup. So check out the Telegram for that.
Max, are you planning to go to PulseCon?
I am, sir. Are you?
I might be.
You need to be. Like, what can we do to put you over the edge? You gotta come have some fun with us.
I don't know.
I need that PP booth. I need that PP booth. It's just full of Red Bull cans and PoorPleb paper wallets, just like stacks of them.
Oh mate, I'm working on it. I'll see what I can do. It's soon, right? Like when is it?
September 6th through 9th. So we got a few weeks. You got like 5 weeks or so.
I'll see what I can do, mate. I would really like to go, but I got some things going on, so I have to check if I can actually make it work. And obviously, another thing as well is like obviously getting to Las Vegas from the UK is quite a lengthy trip, very expensive. I've never even left Europe, bro. So like, I would love to come because I know I've got loads of buddies over there, like loads of you Hexican people. I know I could rock up there and there'll be people to hang out with straight away. Definitely. So it would be great. So if I can get out there, I will certainly hit you up and we'll have a beer together, sir. Or Definitely. I will drink a wine and you will drink a beer, maybe.
Please bring the yellowtail. That'd be great if you could put some on the plane.
Yellowtail.
Or yellow. What was what's the Australian wine you were drinking?
Oh, Yellowtail. This one. Yeah, they don't sell it in America.
That's right. That's why you got to bring it from the UK and bring it to America and be like, look, here's the wine you always wanted.
This one's not actually that nice. It's called the Jammy Red Roux. It's a little bit too sweet, honestly. For a red wine, it shouldn't be this sweet, but will there be staking for PP? No expectations at this point. All I'm saying is is that it is a zero utility meme coin on the Ethereum network that will get copied automatically over to PulseChain. That is it. No expectations.
I like it. Dan Smith can't make it. Mankini's in the wash. It's a real problem. That's true.
Yeah, you
Vegas
need a
has just been
Mankini.
flooded. Fake news. That has to be fake news because there's no way that ever happens unless the world is literally ending.
The strip was underwater. Yeah, I don't listen to anything the MSM say, bro. It's probably all bullshit.
Yeah, that would be actually. Maybe I should Google that though. That actually should be a thing. Thanks for reporting, Dan Smith. Cool, man. Let's wrap it up. Yeah. Oh, one last question. Just random question right here. Would you trade all of your bag? Let's say you have a bag of PLS and a bag of PLSX. Would you trade? No. So let me start that over. That's not the question. Let's say you only got in to PLSX.
Yeah.
So you only have PulseX. Would you trade 1-for-1 that entire bag of PulseX for PulseChain if given the opportunity?
For 1-for-1?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I probably wouldn't do the entire bag. I wouldn't do not the entire bag. 75% of it if it was 1-to-1. Yeah, that's I would do that in a heartbeat.
So you'd rather hold? You think holding PLS is more profitable over time than PLSX, or at least launch? Apparently,
I don't know long term, but short term, yes. I think PLS is the one that's going to moon out the gate because less people got it, more people want it, and there's less of it available.
Yep.
PLSX, there's a lot more supply, man. And yeah, people FOMO'd that hard. I mean, let me put it to you this way. I was around during the PulseChain sacrifice, but I only put a little bit into it because I was just starting to get into HEX and I didn't really want to sacrifice my HEX for it. But boy, do I regret that now. when PLSX sacrifice came about, I threw everything that I could in, really, that wasn't staked. I just threw everything in because I was like, I ain't missing that opportunity again. I'll regret it later.
Yeah.
So yeah, this time around, yeah, if I could go back, I would have chucked a lot more into PulseChain. But yeah, I don't know if I would trade all of it. I would like to hold a bit of both. And obviously you've got the staking on PLSX as well. So that's going to be generating some nice yield for you potentially. So I don't know what the price difference will be in terms of like, I think PLS price is going to be way higher than PulseX price personally. But whether the overall price outweighs the yield as well, I don't know. But yeah, if I could, I just think that PLS is going to be like more in demand, unless the yield on a PLSX is really good. Like then, otherwise, there's not going to be something.
That's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, the yield and the third-party tokens and all that stuff too.
What's your opinion on that one? Would you trade your PLSX 1-to-1 for PLS?
You know, I try to take the contrarian view of like I start questioning if. I mean, I think that's a general consensus. I think a lot of people didn't get in PLSX, and they did. Or sorry, they did get in PLSX, but they wish they would have got more in PLS. So it sounds like definitely during the pre-bridge ratio trading, I think it's going to be crazy different, ratios going on there. I think it's going to be super irrational, at least for a little while. So I don't know. I tend to think, okay, if everyone's going one way, how can I profit the other way? So I don't know. I think everyone's going to be FOMOing to PLS. If you have a bag of it, you're going to get some really good deals, really sweet deals, at least at first around the launch phase, I think.
I think PLS moons out the gate and then like PLS goes up, PLSX goes down. And personally, I'm planning to buy PLSX when it goes down. That's going to be basically whatever the crowd is doing, I'm going to be doing the opposite all day long.
You should try to profit from it. Yeah. Especially if you have a bag of PLS, I mean, you're going to get, if you want some PX, some people are speculating it's going to dump pretty hard. So if you have a bag of PLS around, there's a lot of people will probably trade you a lot more PX than you think that they rationally would for it. So that could be something to take advantage of. It's hard to say. I mean, the first year or two, maybe PLS shines really well. And then, maybe 5 years from now, that staking and stuff for PLSX. All that. I mean, there's just so many supplementals for both. It's just hard to compare them. Like which one? It's like, oh, do you like me in a multimillionaire or a multi-millionaire? It's like they're both great. So yeah, hard to say.
Mm.
One last PP question: will there be wrapped PP?
I mean, we've been joking about you can wrap your PP, but in theory you can't really. I mean, I might find a way to wrap
another
the PP
chain or something.
Maybe, yeah, you could do wrapped PP like over on BNB or something like that. Maybe wrapped PP.
So not ruling it out. There could be wrapped PP on another chain. Not ruling it out,
bro. Like, don't rule anything out in terms of like where this could end up going. Like I say, because we're doing the sacrifice,
no
I can't tell you guys.
So expect everything.
Yeah, so if I weren't doing the sacrifice phase, I'd be laying so many amazing ideas on you right now. But because all we're doing at this stage is that zero utility ERC20, I just want to be clear that that is basically all people are getting at this point. But we have got so many good ideas, man. This is memeable in like 100 different ways. Literally, there's like 100 different ways that we could adapt and build around this. There's a couple of things like up at the top of the list that I would like to do. But yeah, at this point, I don't even think we need any of that crap, dude. I think we just need a ERC20 with a cool logo and a good story, and that'll be enough for like people to want to buy it. Really, as stupid as it is, but straight up, I'm just going to give a disclaimer to your viewers as well. Like, look, guys, don't sacrifice if you haven't already got like a degen bag that you're playing with anyway. If you're 100% all in Hex, then you're in the right place. Don't go messing that up, chasing pumps and stupid meme coins and shit. The thing I'm doing is a high risk, high reward thing. It might work out really, really well. It might also do terribly. I don't know what it's going to do. It is literally an experiment. And that is it. It's just an experiment. But if you're partial to the odd meme coin here or there, then maybe this is worth a dabble. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, if you are interested, have a look at the sacrifice page on PoorPleb.win and make your own mind up, man. I always prefer to keep it on wraps, not gonna lie.
There's a very divisive issue there.
I prefer on wraps.
Everyone, check out PoorPleb.win if you're interested in the project. I am going to message Gunther and be like, hey, Hexy Bastard would like to talk to you on the stream, and I wonder if we could do that just to really get some good points out of it and see if he wants to do it. And I'll tell him we don't want to talk about Hex if he don't want to. So maybe he'll do it. Maybe it'll be fun.
I mean, I hope he does. I would love to have a chat with him about it, but I just don't think he will, mate, because the thing is that he's in this thing. He's in PLSD, right? He can't look elsewhere or be elsewhere on
but he could see this as opportunity to get more get more exposure for PLSD. He could see it that way.
I think he's going to give me more exposure than I'm going to give him, in all honesty.
Hey, we all win, don't we? Win-win.
I'm all about it. That look, I like Gunther. I've always been cool with Gunther. I've been speaking to him for years. It's just that we've gone separate roads in this thing ever since like the whole Hedron debacle. We've kind of been going down different routes. So
maybe he sent the one Hedron to the sacrifice.
Maybe he did. I did. Honestly, he's the guy that came to mind when I seen it. I was like, I bet that's him,
That would be funny. But Maddie's going to do the 0.99, so Maddie's going to win. That sounds like.
Yeah, I wonder what the least sack is going to be. Y'all are just wasting loads of Ethereum fees though, because you ain't going to get shit.
It's a meme coin, really. Man. There's a lot of wasted brain power going on, isn't there? I mean, wasted is a relative term, but yeah.
I think they're wasting their money, in all honesty, by doing that. They're wasting their Ethereum, even if they've got a lot of it, because they ain't going to get... I think people think because this is a coin for the PoorPleb that they're going to get some kind of special treatment for the less that they put in. But I've been very clear. It's a 1 to 2.5x. Biggest gets 2.5, lowest gets 1. Simple as. If you put the biggest sack in, you're going to get rewarded the most. If you put the littlest in, you're just going to get the standard rate. And that is it. I want good whales in my system. I didn't want to give it to every whale. I just wanted to give it to good whales who choose and pay for the opportunity to be in the system. Anyways, I know you need to wrap this up, bro. So, yeah, if anyone wants to check it out, go to PoorPleb.win. Appreciate you,
Yes.
Max, for bringing me on, man.
Of course, it's been awesome, and good to know your story. Good to know about the project. I think it's, like I said a month ago, it's hilarious. The manifesto is awesome.
The
Yeah, we'll see. The plebiscite. May the best meme coin win, or I think trickle down winning in the RH ecosystem too for all these coins. Yeah, everyone, check out the website if you're interested. Hexy Bastard. It has been a pleasure. I hope to see you in Vegas, and with that, we will say good day.